I've just silenced my phone and switched off my data. So thank you
Shall
very
I give
much,
you an
Alan.
introduction? Shall I give you an
Yeah,
introduction for the purposes of
I,
recording? For those of you who
I,
don't know, this is Fiona Brennan-Scott. She's speaking on Time to Think. She's a well-known both business and voice coach and a Time to Think coach, a fairly unique combination. And she makes an enormous difference to business leaders, public speaking and management. So Fiona, off we go.
thank you so much, Alan. That was lovely. So before we begin, or as we begin, I want you to do something. And if you think this is too woo-woo, I want you to grab your tea or coffee and take a deep sniff of it. But what I'd like you to do really is take 3 deep breaths. And if you like, close your eyes while you do this. And I've been doing this with students and clients for 21 years at the beginning of our time together. Because actually this helps you to be present for yourself, present for others, and it helps you draw away from where you've just been to where you are now and enter the space with deep commitment. So thank you for that. I hope you benefited. And ideally, you're breathing deeply in through your nose and slowly out through your mouth. So carry on doing that while you listen. We're going to talk this morning about one component of the thinking environment, and that's attention. I've called it paying attention because I thought it would appeal to the financial people among you. So what is attention? It's giving people your undivided self without interruption. It's an act of creation, and it's a sacrifice, because when you're giving your attention, you're not putting it anywhere else. So it's a very special gift. And attention without interruption. What constitutes an interruption? I've put in the chat some ideas of how you can really help and focus, and those are included in that. But also movement can be an interruption. So nodding our heads can be an interruption, because when we don't nod our heads, then the person can wonder, don't they agree with me now? So actually being still. So sitting comfortably in your seat, getting your bum in the corner of it, lining your shoulders with your hips, lifting your sternum, breathing and gazing at the other person, not too fiercely, is really, really helpful when it comes to giving our attention. And I want you to know that looking around the screen now, your attention is a gift. It's a gift. It's a real gift to me, and I appreciate that very much. And we also pay attention more easily in an environment of equality, where we recognize that we can give our attention now, because soon that person will give us their attention. You're going to have your turn to speak. I'm going to pay attention to you, and so is everyone else. Christopher Klein, Nancy Klein's husband, says, we are not present until we have spoken. And I believe everyone in the room today has had an opportunity to speak. I think the only voice I haven't heard today so far is Hannah. So I'm going to ask you to do an exercise to begin. Appreciation is another component of the thinking environment. And Nancy says that appreciation needs to be sincere, it needs to be succinct, and it needs to be specific. And the same can be said of our attention. So I'm going to ask a question. Why did you choose your corporate color or colors? If there are more than one, just choose one. We're going to go around the screen and just hear one sentence, one simple sentence from each person in response to this question, just because of the time. And we're going to try something really unique, and that is we're going to be comfortable with silence, which is a pause, and we're going to trust that in the silence, someone else is going to speak up. So I'm going to begin. Someone else is going to speak with their one sentence, and so on. And we're going to trust that we're going to get through 15 people in probably 3 minutes. Just one simple sentence, and I'll begin. Purple is my corporate color, chosen because it's regal, it's strong, and it's gender neutral.
Green is my corporate colour, and I chose it because it's calming and it means growth.
Red is my corporate colour, or one of them, because it demonstrates power and is recognised with boxing and boxercise.
Yellow is one of our corporate colours. I think it instills a sort of a brightness and a hopefulness to a place like Seville House.
We use the 3 digital colours that are not primary but digital printing colours.
I have 8 colours in my corporate logo, and it's that way because the people who designed the corporate identity designed it that way, and I liked it.
I'm a little bit like Carrie. Our corporate colour is blue, and I didn't choose it. I employed a marketing consultant, and he designed a logo for us with the colours. I thought it looked good because he's got skills I haven't got, and we kept it.
I joined a group which had its own corporate logo already, so which I'm quite happy with. Thank you. There's got a lot of red in it.
I can match Stephen Baker with mine. It's exactly the same thing for me, but I like blue. It's great.
I have a dark red as one of my corporate colours. I like it. It's a strong colour. Yeah, I think that's the main thing for me. And having put red on green, I realised that red-green colour blindness may be an issue for some that I hadn't thought about before.
We use red and black because of the strong contrast between them and because it looks clean and sharp.
I have blue and green. The blue is stands for the professional and trustworthy brands, logicalness. I'm probably going to go on mute now because I've got carpet cleaners going.
Like someone else, I actually employed a designer. I haven't got a corporate colour as such, but I wanted them to provide a logo of a bird swooping up, success and hope and all that sort of stuff, and they suggested putting that in blue, and we had a little discussion, and it's a sort of light blue. I just think it shows hope and positivity.
BRI's corporate colour is blue, and it's been blue since 17 years almost since I joined. But if I had to pick a colour, it would have been blue because BRI blue sounds good.
I'm like Steve and Steve. My colour was selected by Jules, who's my graphic designer, and I like blue as well. So it's cool.
Thank you. I do believe everyone has spoken. Please raise your hand if I'm mistaken. But my attention challenge was to ensure everyone had spoken. So thank you for that. So I don't know how you experienced that, if you were able to give your undivided attention to everyone, or perhaps you were busy thinking about what you were going to say. So if that's the case, my challenge to you in the breakout rooms is to trust yourself and to honestly trust and believe that when it comes to you having a turn, that what you're thinking will be good, will be rich, and will be even better because of the attention that you gave to someone else. Now I'm going to send you into breakout rooms and give you an exercise. I've got a question which it's one question, but I've asked it 3 different ways because every word matters when it comes to communication. And one person might find the way I phrased it one way more appealing than another. So I'm going to put this in the chat in a moment. So what I'm going to suggest is, if you wish, and if you're new to the breakout room and people don't know you, I'm not going to suggest that you don't introduce your business if you wish to. So do that for a minute if you wish to. But otherwise, think about this, the questions are, how can I end the year well? Or what one thing will ensure that I end the year well? And this will be in the chat. And what would ending the year well look like? So it's the same question, just asked in 3 different ways. So just practice attention. It's not as much about what you're going to say as it is about practicing attention. And when you're finished, you could end by saying, what do you think? And that will hand the question back into the room, as it were. And is there anything else I need to say? I don't think you need to appoint a leader, because when we get back, perhaps we'll just have one sentence around the room to share what one thing you shared or what one thing you want to say. But if you have time in your room when you've each shared, share appreciation, because appreciation is something that's really helpful in terms of helping us to think better and enjoying our time together. So you can say what you appreciated about the space and the time. Does that sound good to everyone? Does anyone have a question before we go?
That sounds amazing.
I'm
Thank
ready.
you,
I'm
Alan.
ready. So do we
You're
stop
ready.
recording as well, Alan, please?
No, do we, sorry, let me stop recording, but have you, just a moment.